Since the late 1700s, the Oak Island crew, geologist Terry Matt and historian Charles Baruch, have been exploring the island for treasure. Treasure seekers and history buffs have long frequented the Money Pit, a deep pit thought to hold pirate loot, but the crew just found something more darker than they had anticipated. The story of Oak Island began in the late 1800s, when a strange dip in the ground led to the excavation of the deep pit. The team's recent discovery has raised new questions and rumors, with some people thinking they may have discovered something more dangerous than treasure. A small piece of gold was found, hinting at more hidden secrets. The dark secrets beneath the Money Pit are darker than expected. The team is currently advancing each discovery by fusing science and human hands. One of the most remarkable discoveries made during the excavation of the island's long-kept secrets was a gold-plated brooch from the 14th century, which generated discussions on its relationship to the island's legendary treasures or its former inhabitants. A tunnel 95 feet below the surface was discovered in 3 separate places, indicating that it might be the route to the long-lost wealth, and DNA tests showed that people from other places had somehow found their way to Oak Island. Fans are shocked and left wondering when the team abruptly stops working on the Curse of Oak Island, which is a unique adventure that combines a better idea of how everything was related and might help them locate potential routes connecting to other hidden sections of the island. They were energized by this discovery and believed they were approaching a significant discovery. On Oak Island, an isolated island, Rick, Marty, and the team are looking for a treasure when they come across an old river raft. The iron spike, which may have had a variety of functions prior to the 1840s, corresponds with artifacts gathered by Frank White, an ardent admirer of Oak Island's past. A blacksmith specialist named Carmen Legg determines that the item is a 4-inch long wedge with a ring surrounding it. Carmen speculates that this wedge was most likely utilized on the island for woodworking or construction, either keeping logs together or secretly curing building components. The team is eager to investigate the depths of the tunnel until they discover an unanticipated water leak from the tunnel's soil. Roger suggests drilling about 9 huge holes in the impacted wall and filling them with urethane in order to stop the water. This technique plugs and solidifies the leaks, advancing the group into the tunnel that goes straight beneath the garden shaft and toward what they refer to as the baby blob. A crucial meeting involving hydrogeologist Dr. Fred Michael, chemist Dr. Mark Lukeman, and geoscientist Dr. Ian Spooner is held in the war room. According to Dr. Spooner, Baroli L16 leads to Aladdin's Cave, a sizable cavern that is rich in organic materials and gold. To get to the center of Aladdin's grotto, the crew intends to create a fresh borehole. Rick and Gar, brothers, set out on a search for ancient coins on Oak Island. They discover a metal detector that produces a strong signal close to the surface, indicating that they have located an antique coin where they had been looking. The coins appear to have been made by hand because they resemble an old Roman coin that was found nearby. Marty, Rick's brother, joins the hunt, and the two of them take their findings to the interpretative center, where Lily and Emma evaluate the computed tomography and X-ray fluorescence. To examine the coins, Connecticut scans are utilized. Since the first coin is primarily made of copper with a small amount of silver, copper, silicone, lead, and tin, it may have been mined before modern coin-making techniques were developed. The second coin, which was found to have an intricate pattern of a female figure in its center, similar to Roman coins, was made of these materials. The final coin has a distinctive pattern that looks like a fine chain link, which is proof that it was made of brass. In just one episode, the crew finds a piece of iron that resembles a map in Lot 5. Continuing their journey, another coin was discovered, increasing the total number of coins to 4 Tony digs into Onar evidence that indicates human actions, and a piece of lumber that is well-shaped and supports the features of the map is discovered amongst his efforts. The actions of the team raise concerns regarding the activities that have occurred in the past on the island and with the Knights Templar, an area of Oak Island that is well known for its history, and Buildings was found to have a land that was uncovered by a group of researchers in close proximity to a huge boulder. They found a rusty iron nail embedded in wood, white, and blue pottery, and a clay pipe stem, all of which pointed to the possibility of a historical dumping position. It was revealed that there was a narrative that had been buried in the marsh when fragments of antique glass bottles emerged from the muck. A metal detector produced a strong signal of the presence of metal, which led to the discovery of an item in the form of a disc with a hole in the middle that resembled an old Chinese currency. The crew is currently waiting for the interpretative center to release the study's findings, which will provide more clues regarding the discovery and an insight into the lives of Oak Island's early residents. It is possible that the area was a historical trade center that was inspired by either a shipwreck or the actions of the indigenous people who lived there. A large piece of pottery was discovered buried in the wet earth, indicating that it was most likely a significant cooking vessel that was used in the late 1700s. The group hypothesized that this item may have been concealed by someone, possibly a treasure hunter, or that it might have been possessed by the first people to arrive on the island. As time ran out. Some people think Bacon buried treasures on Oak Island, possibly in a vault guarded by a unique element called mercury. Another theory holds that Sir Francis Bacon, a well-known figure from England in the 1600s, utilized mercury to preserve crucial documents. Another discovery is a lead cross that is 700 years old. As they continue their search, they find a large house and other old items, but the McGinnis Foundation, a special location protected by the government, makes the treasure hunt even more intriguing. From a distant place, a team racing against time finds a hidden door near an old home, possibly a secret basement. They also find an old fancy knife that they believe was a special piece of history. A group of geologists, led by geologist Terry, explored Oak Island with an emphasis on the history of each discovery. They found a secret tunnel that led to the Money Pit, where they discovered wooden walls that had been handmade a long time ago. The walls had old wood that had been cut with an axe, similar to the wood they had found elsewhere. The friends were thrilled about this discovery and believed they might be on the verge of discovering a famous flood tunnel, so they decided to lower a bucket into a deep hole to see what was below. Bill cautioned them to be cautious and bring the bucket slowly down in the hopes that it would reveal something amazing. As the bucket descended, they noticed old wood and wondered if it was worn out or playing tricks. The buddies were filled with excitement and adventure when they discovered an original tunnel on Oak Island. This discovery was a pivotal point in their journey, leading them to question the perseverance of those who created it initially. Rick. The team was determined to uncover the secrets hidden in Oak Island soil, and as time ran out, they decided to keep digging and explore the unknown. Billy and Terry set out on an adventure to find a secret tunnel connecting to the Money Pit on Oak Island. They found cool stuff, but had to wait for a new day when Marty and Craig joined the team to stop the tunnel that brings water to the Money Pit. They found an old piece of wood shaped like an U, reminding them of a time long before the Money Pit was made. Marty recommended that they use buckets to unearth more secrets, so they dug deeper and discovered a tunnel that appeared to be a dark pathway that led deeper into the earth, but it wasn't stable enough to solve the mystery. They placed a camera on the side of a bucket so that they could explore without having to descend. The camera revealed the flood tunnel's hidden details, making the team's mission an exciting adventure. Using a special camera on the digging machine's long arm, the team explored the wooden structures and a hole in the wood in search of a mysterious treasure hidden deep beneath the ground. The team was fascinated by the U-shaped structures and the potential for a collapsed tunnel, and they used dendrochronology to determine the age of the wood, which could lead to a key to a hidden tunnel. However, time was running out as large machines were approaching to remove a steel wall known as a coffer dam. The team had to cease their search for the remainder of the year, but they were still uncertain whether they had located the treasure, despite finding wood and dirt layers that suggested there might be a hidden tunnel. People had been looking for a unique treasure on Oak Island for more than 200 years, and the island had a history of secrets and harmful curses. The brothers in their team are determined to uncover the secrets of Oak Island, a mysterious island guarded by ancient hand-carved timbers and mysterious shafts. They find coconut fiber near the bottom of the shaft, which they believe is an ancient structure guarding the Money Pit. They also discover old iron spikes from the 1700s, which they believe may be older than the original discovery in 1795. Rick and Marty Lagena led a group to find the main flood tunnel that had kept the treasure hidden. They found big boards from an old shaft in the uplands area, but the treasure remained out of reach. When Gary Drayton joins the group in the war room, they learn of Eagle Canada's seismic scanning operation. They are thrilled about the possible breakthrough in their search for the treasure and are eager to discover more as the scanning process provides them with hints about what might be buried up to 300 feet below the island's surface. As the day goes on, the team's excitement increases as they approach their objective. Two new friends join the adventure with a superhero excavator to dig deep into the ground. Billy Gart, an expert with heavy equipment, is operating the excavator. The team is searching for hidden secrets beneath the island. By the disappointed hopes surrounding the elusive Oak Island treasure. By revealing priceless ancient artifacts and carefully examining scientific data, Lagena and his team have unearthed the mysteries hidden beneath the island's surface. This continuous exploration process not only satisfies the curiosity of those directly involved, but also benefits the larger community of enthusiasts and scholars. With every new season and discovery, the Oak Island story keeps developing, demonstrating how historical exploration and the unknown bind us together to seek solutions to timeless mysteries. After generations of conjecture, fruitless leads, and unsuccessful attempts, the elusive Oak Island treasure may have finally been found. After more than 200 years of conjecture, the Lagena brothers set out on a mission to unravel the mysteries of Oak Island, a mysterious island with a legendary treasure. They had a common vision and a strong belief in the treasure's existence. And as they approached despair, they found a stone bearing strange, unintelligible symbols that strengthened their resolve. The discovery of the elusive Oak Island treasure could alter everything we thought we knew about Oak Island and its hidden treasure. Despite the growing list of discoveries, the brothers encountered many disappointments and setbacks. They also found an underground tunnel connecting the beach to the money pit, which hinted at vast wealth hidden deep below. The tunnel contained soil samples and a detailed analysis of artifacts taken from the pit, suggesting that Oak Island had been visited by ancient civilizations long before European settlers arrived. As their hunt went on, they faced the genuine potential that the treasure would never be located. Yet they persisted in moving forward in the belief that it was still out there waiting to be discovered. The Lagena brothers' tale is about more than just finding treasure. It's also about the excitement of discovery, the strength of belief, and endurance. It serves as a reminder that some mysteries are worthwhile to pursue, even if the answers are just out of reach. As they get ready for the fourth season of their quest, the Oak Island team found a French map from 1647 with clues pointing directly to the treasure they had been looking for. They turned to historian Zena Halper, who suggested that the map was a copy of an older document. The brothers were certain that they were about to make a significant discovery, but the journey was also about the excitement of discovery and the hope that they were about to change history. An old book binding containing the secret message was another fascinating discovery. In the binding, Rick and Marty searched for clues that led them to a lengthy text written in a language they had forgotten. They set out to decode the text in the hopes that it would lead them to the treasure's location. But instead they discovered another paragraph with the names of William Chappell and Frederick Blair that told a story from the 15th century about a hidden vault full of gold and valuable items. Despite their best efforts, they were unable to locate the vault, making the search for the treasure more than just a pursuit of wealth. Numerous attempts have been made to reveal the secrets of Oak Island's enigmatic and expensive treasure hunt, the Money Pit. However, financial difficulties forced the Truro business to quit their work and leave the island. The hazardous and intricate circumstances that explorers had to deal with, such controlling the water in the pit, were very risky. The dual nature of the operations on Oak Island was highlighted when one worker died while attempting to control the flood. The investigation team expanded, adding new specialists like Craig Tester Dan Blankenship and his son David Dan Blankenship. They made a number of significant discoveries, such as solving the puzzle of intricate traps meant to guard the money pit at Smith's Cove. But the largest challenge still stood. The water in the pit threatened their work. In order to facilitate removal and enable the team to proceed with their task, Craig Tester suggested freezing the water. When the Lagena brothers Marty and Rick set out to explore Oak Island, they discovered Dan Blankenship to be a kindred spirit. Despite their best efforts, the entire Oak Island mystery is still unknown, with a complex network of clues that leave more questions than answers. Nevertheless, the team is optimistic that one day they will discover the mysteries that have baffled treasure seekers for ages.